Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to a new video. So in this video, I'm going to show you a type of workout that is fantastic at building cardiovascular fitness and melting body fat off your body. Now, in case you don't know, I'm currently training for my first High Rocks race in October, and I've had to change my training completely. I used to train like a bodybuilder, but now I'm training a bit more like a hybrid athlete. And today we are doing interval training on the treadmill. Interval training is great at burning body fat. It's great at also getting you fit in record time. So if you're someone that is looking to improve your fitness, feel better, better energy, and also strip fat, then maybe this might be the type of workout that you can try or you can incorporate into your current routine. But before we do that, we need to fuel because I've had no food today yet. I've had only coffee and I've been working. So I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna eat for my pre-workout snack. And for this type of workout, I like to have some carbohydrates and also high protein. So let me show you what that is gonna consist of today. So by now, you probably already know that I am a big fan of eggs. I must go through so many eggs each week that I might as well buy chickens. Now, eggs are great. Why? Because they have healthy fats, ton of protein, and they are super quick to prepare. What I'm doing today is I'm gonna have a 3-egg omelet, which gives me around 21 grams of protein. And we're gonna have that with some porridge as well. Now, I'll be honest, this is a little bit lazy, but at the moment I'm super busy with work and I just need to be consistent with food. So I'm having these pre-made porridges, which you can see here. They're okay, they have a bit more sugar than I would like in a breakfast, but it's not too bad. And this also has 13 grams of protein and you've got 11 grams of sugar, which isn't too bad, and you're getting 42 grams of carbohydrates. But it's just super quick. You literally pop this open, add hot water, and then wait a couple of minutes and you're good to go. So we're gonna have some eggs, so high in fat, high in protein, and then some carbohydrates because I'm definitely gonna need this for the type of training we're doing today. High intensity running, also known as kind of tempo running, so your zones 4 to 5, and it's gonna be tough. I think today we're doing 800-meter splits with a 90-second rest and 5 sets. And we need to get fit for this race. And also, it's just good to challenge yourself every now and then. Don't always stick to what you know. It's good to kind of get outside your comfort zone and try something new. So looking forward to that. And also the thing about doing cardio is for some reason, I always feel great afterwards because I know it's challenging for me. So I always feel great for kind of achieving that and doing that. But it's hot today, so we need to get this done early in the morning because my gym gets roasting hot. So let me prepare this breakfast, show you how I cook this, and then let's head to the gym. So here we have a 3-egg omelet packed with healthy fats and protein. And then we've got the very quick and efficient porridge that also has 13 grams of protein and 40 grams of carbohydrates. Really gonna need this for the workout today. Now, a quick question that I get a lot on my channels and also clients always ask me is regarding training on an empty stomach. Now, people always say, is it best to train on an empty stomach? What's the deal? Is it best for fat loss? Now, here's the thing, it's very individual. From my experience, if you do anything that's low intensity, like going for a long walk or even steady state cardio, then training on an empty stomach isn't bad. But I think the minute you start to add weights and the minute that you start to add high intensity cardio like HIIT training, like we're doing today, then I think your performance won't be as good as if you've had a bit of food, especially carbohydrates. But saying that, I have other clients that train sometimes on an empty stomach and they feel fine. So when it comes to exercise and also nutrition, just try different things out and see what works for you. Right guys, I'm gonna enjoy this and scoff this, and then I will see you in the gym and I'll explain to you how we are gonna structure this workout and also what we'll be doing. So let me quickly break up today's session. It's gonna be quite loud in there, so I thought I would do this video now. So essentially what we're gonna be doing is, or what I'm gonna be doing, is 5 intervals of 800-meter sprints. Now we need to be in zones 4 to 5, and we're resting 90 seconds between those splits. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna warm up, maybe a light jog for around 2 or 3 minutes, have a bit of a stretch, especially the hip flexors, especially the groin area, get that nice and stretched, and hamstrings, and then we're gonna go straight into our first interval. So just to recap, it's gonna be 800-meter sprint, zones 4 to 5, if you've got a heart rate monitor or a Whoop like I have. If not, that means RPE scale, rate of perceived exertion. That's a mouthful. 1 to 10 is like a 9, so pretty flat out for 800 meters, and then rest for walk for 90 seconds. Repeat that process 5 times. This is known as HIIT training. This is also known as a little bit of tempo, which is just below the HIIT threshold, and this is one of the quickest ways that you can get fit in record time. And honestly guys, this will melt the fat off your body. So it's going to be a tough session. It's already pretty hot today, but I've got my running socks on and my running shoes, which are very important for this type of training. And let's get this done. I'll see you on the other side. That was interval number 1. It's a little bit slow, 10 kilometers an hour, just to kind of open up my gait, get a little bit warmed up. My heart rate only got to the top end of zone 3, so we need to crank up the next one to 11 kilometers an hour. Meant to be a hard workout. I'm going to gradually increase those intervals. I'm also trying to do nasal breathing, which is hard, but apparently it's meant to help with the running. So yeah, let's get round number 2 in the bag. Heart rate went up to 161, 11 kilometers an hour. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pull back ever so slightly, because I can feel myself going into anaerobic, into zone 5 a bit too early. So I'm going to go to 10.8 and try and hold that threshold, which is just before you go to anaerobic. So I'm going to try that, and then maybe I'll up it on the last 2. But again, listen to your body, do the best that you can. That was tough. I went into the red zone, zone 5, and I had about 0.2 kilometers left. But that's alright, because we're pushing the threshold up. But that was tough. Running never gets easier. The breathing is something I need to focus on. Nasal breathing is really tough. I'll start with that, and then move to in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then when I'm really pushing it, anaerobic, then it's mouth, nose, everything's open, everything's working. Whew. Running never gets easy. Right, 2 more to go. That was a tough one. I'm not sure why, but that was the hardest one. Honestly, it makes bodybuilding seem easy. So my heart rate got into zone 5, and I was only halfway in, so I had to drop it a little bit. So now I'm on 10.5, and I've got my last run. My recovery isn't too bad. As you saw, I get into zone rate 2 quite quickly, but I don't know, it just feels, it's just hard. The breathing goes out the window quite quick, and it's hard. Some days when you run, you feel like you can go forever, but some days it just feels like you've got legs like an elephant. So, but you've got to keep moving, guys. If it hurts, drop the speed, but keep moving. Right, this is gonna be the last one.
I'm going to start at 10.5 and then I may up it, seeing how I feel. Let's go. That was hard, very hard. So started on 10.5. When I got to 400 meters left, I ramped it up to 10.8, and the last 200 meters 11. Gosh, running never gets easier. I'll tell you what, it does help if you have banging tunes, good music, loud house music for me. That does help. So I'm going to walk a little bit more on the treadmill, then have a quick stretch, and then I will show you what I'm having as my post-workout supplements. And then I'm going to get these trainers off, put on the sliders, go do a bit of food chopping, and then I'll show you what I have as my post-workout meal, which is very important, by the way. Right, so I cooled off, had a good stretch, and now I'm about to have my post-workout shake. Now in here I've got 2 scoops of whey protein and 5 grams of creatine, monohydrate pre-meal. So this gives me 50 grams of protein, and my target's currently about 180 a day, and it's just an easy way to kind of top up those levels without having to eat more chicken breast or more steak. So I always have that with creatine post-workout, 50 grams and 5 grams of creatine, because I want to make sure that during this high rocks period I retain as much muscle and strength as I can, and creatine has been shown to really help with that. So now looking at the whoop, looking at the workout, I had a strain score of 12.9, and you can see all the intervals there. But that was a good session. It was hard, and you know what? Looking back at the videos of me running, I literally look like a bodybuilder trying to run. I feel heavy on my feet. I look heavy. I think I'm carrying too much muscle mass for this race, so I'm gonna have to probably lose a little bit of muscle. I need to be more athletic, a bit more agile, more kind of like Ronaldo looking, rather than a bit beefy. So it didn't look fast on the screen, 11 kilometers an hour, but it felt fast for me. But that's something that I'm just gonna have to improve over time, and I will improve. So right, I'm gonna down this, get in a nice aircon car, and then I'll show you what I have for my post-workout meal. I have just got home and I'm about to now prepare my post-workout meal. Now this meal is all about recovery, so I need high protein. I always aim for around 40 to 50 grams as my post-workout meal. So today we are having steak. So I normally like to choose rump because rump is relatively lean, and 230 grams gives me 50 grams of protein. So we're gonna grill this, and I'm gonna have this with some plain old broccoli, which I know isn't very exciting or sexy, but sometimes food just has to be plain, and it has to serve a purpose. I would much rather save the calories to have, with my family late in the evening. So then we may have more carbs and more kind of calorie dense foods, still high protein. So I'm just kind of banking some calories for that meal. So guys, that's pretty much it for this video. If you are someone that would like to get fit for high rocks or just for life in general, and you need a little bit of help, then check out the link down below to my website where I share all my coaching services. But until the next video, take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.